Imagine a world where every person has a direct say in government. No representatives, no filters, just you and your voice. This is the essence of direct democracy. But is it workable? Today, we'll explore both direct and indirect democracy and their impact on governance. Democracy comes in two primary forms, direct and indirect democracy. Let's unpack these concepts step by step. In direct democracy, all adults participate directly in decision-making. There are no delegates or representatives. They gather in assemblies to exercise their power. Ancient Greeks practiced this in city-states. Today, some Swiss cantons still use this method. However, modern direct democracy features tools like referendums. A referendum allows citizens to vote on major issues. This can be mandatory or optional. For instance, people might vote on constitutional amendments. Another tool is the initiative. Citizens can propose laws or changes, pushing proposals to legislators. If enough support exists, legislators may enact these suggestions. Recall is also vital. Voters can remove elected representatives from office. This ensures accountability. In many US states, citizens utilize this power regularly. Lastly, plebiscites enable direct public consultation on significant political questions. These tools empower citizens, ensuring their voices resonate in governance. Now, let's move to indirect democracy, also known as representative democracy. Here, citizens elect officials to make decisions. This model suits larger populations where direct participation is impractical. In indirect democracy, representatives meet on behalf of their constituents. Elections occur at regular intervals, allowing citizens to vote. This keeps leaders accountable. Indirect democracy has different forms. The parliamentary system allows executives, like prime ministers, to be accountable to the legislature. In contrast, a presidential system features a separate executive, elected independently. Additionally, there are unitary and federal systems. Unitary systems centralize power, whereas federal systems distribute power between national and regional governments. Mixed forms also exist, combining aspects of both. So, what's the main difference? Direct democracy emphasizes active citizen involvement, while indirect democracy relies on elected representatives. Each system has its pros and cons. To summarize, direct democracy offers participatory decision-making through tools like referendums, initiatives, recalls, and plebiscites. Indirect democracy, on the other hand, streamlines governance via elected officials, adapting to larger populations. Understanding these differences matters. Choose which system promotes your vision of democracy. Whether you lean toward direct involvement or representative governance, your voice is crucial. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. Dive deeper into democracy and be part of the conversation. Your perspective matters. Engage with us in the comments.